Are you surfing the net to try and find true scary stories involving a Ouija board? Well, you've come to the right place. Sure, I can share a spooky story involving a Ouija board. However, it's important to remember that Ouija boards are often used for entertainment purposes and can sometimes lead to experiences that are more about psychological suggestions rather than actual supernatural occurrences. Nonetheless, here's a story that has circulated for quite some time now. As they sat around the Ouija board, their fingers lightly touching the planchette, they asked if there were any spirits present. At first, nothing happened. Then slowly the planchette began to move, spelling out messages in responses to their questions. At first, they were excited, believing they were communicating with a friendly spirit. However, as the night wore on, the messages took a darker turn. The entity they were communicating with claimed to be a malevolent force trapped in the house, seeking revenge for past wrongs. Terrified, the friends tried to end the session, but the planchette seemed to move on its own accord, refusing to let them break the connection. Suddenly, strange things began to happen in the house. Objects moved on their own, cold spots appeared out of nowhere, and they heard eerie whispers echoing through the halls. In a panic, they finally managed to break free from the Ouija board's influence and fled the house, vowing never to return. However, the terrifying events of that night haunted them for years to come, leaving them to wonder if they had truly encountered something supernatural or if it was all just a fragment of their imagination. While skeptics may attribute such experiences to suggestibilities and the power of suggestion, believers in the paranormal often caution against using Ouija boards, warning that they can open doors to unknown and potentially dangerous forces beyond our comprehension. Scary Ouija board story 2. Here is one chilling tale involving a Ouija board revolves around a group of college students who decide to dive into the supernatural one fatal evening. In a dorm room lit only by candles, they gathered around a makeshift Ouija board crafted from a piece of cardboard and a glass. With nervous excitement, they placed their fingers lightly on the glass, asking if any spirits were present. At first, nothing happened, but then the glass began to move, spelling out coherent messages in response to their questions. Intrigued, they continued their session, feeling a mix of exhilaration and trepidation. However, as the night progressed, the atmosphere in the room grew increasingly tense. The messages from the Ouija board became ominous warnings the students of impending danger and claiming to be a deceased individual seeking revenge. Unease turned into fear as strange occurrences started happening in the dorm room, objects unexplainably flying off the shelves, eerie whispers filling the air, and sudden drops in temperature despite the absence of drafts. Terrified, the students attempted to end the session, but the glass seemed to have a mind of its own, refusing to release them from its grip. Panic set in as they realized they had unwittingly invited something malevolent into their midset. Desperate to escape, they finally managed to break free from the Ouija board's influence and hastily packed their belongings, fleeing the dorm room in terror, but the events of that night would haunt them for years to come, leaving them to wonder if they had truly encountered a vengeful spirit or merely unleashed their own fears and anxiety. While skeptics might attribute such experiences to suggestibility and the power of the subconscious mind, those who have dealt with a Ouija board often caution against underestimating the potential dangers of inviting unknown entities into our world. So there you go, guys. I hope you'll think twice next time you pick up a Ouija board. Just kidding. Thanks for watching.